Hello all, welcome to Aura IAS. In this session, we are going to discuss about geography syllabus and I am new faculty for geography. I am going to teach geography in detail and I will clear all the doubts. First, we will discuss about syllabus. Now, when you see UPSC preliminary examination geography syllabus, it is given like this: Indian and world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and world. Only one line syllabus is given. But when you see the questions in prelims, you will see all concepts questions, mapping questions, everything you will see. So we will decode the syllabus in this session and we will see how those questions are asked and what strategy we have to follow and how all these subsections are interrelated. Geography, when you see, you will have 4 subsections in geography syllabus. First one is physical geography, next Indian geography, human and economic geography, next mapping. This physical geography we will also call general geography. This physical geography is very important. Now we will see each section wise how they are important and how questions are asked in each section, and we will decode the syllabus. Now this is year-wise subject analysis. When you take geography, in 2025, 14 questions were asked, and in 24, 18 questions were asked, and in 23, 16 questions were asked. And in 18, 22, 8 questions were asked, and in 21, 14 questions were asked. All these questions are from only pure geography. But when you see environment and even current affairs, and when you see economics, some questions are related to geography in environment, economics, and even current affairs. So around 15 to 18 questions were asked in geography every year. So geography plays a very important role if you want to crack prelims, UPSC prelims. So we will decode the syllabus in detail. When you take physical geography, we have 5 parts. First one is geomorphology. Next, climatology. Next, oceanography. Next, biogeography. Next, environmental geography. Next, geomorphology. In physical geography, geomorphology is very important. In this geomorphology, we will see interior of Earth, next, all landforms, and their evolution, and processes that are responsible for this landform formation, like exogenic process, endogenic process, weathering. All we will see in this geomorphology. We will see about geology, rock system. Next, we will see theories also, how continents and oceans are formed, how continents move, like plate tectonics, continental drift theory, sea floor spreading. All this we will see here in geomorphology. Next, climatology. Climatology is very important because most of the aspirants, they will do mistake here, because here climatology concepts play a major role. They don't understand the concepts and they will skip whole climatology altogether. Skipping climatology will be a major blunder, we can say. matlab you cannot leave this climatology, because this climatology helps in solving oceanography questions, in solving geomorphology questions, even in Indian geography questions, even in mapping. So climatology plays a very important role. In this climatology, you will learn about atmosphere, heat budget, insulation, climatic regions in the world. Next, jet streams, all this we will see in this climatology. Next, oceanography. In oceanography, we will learn about ocean currents, waves, tides, and ocean temperatures, marine resources, even about corals. And in biogeography, we will learn about life, how life is affected on physical features, like how life is, like when you take about mountains, what natural vegetation is present on mountains. And see, when you see in northern parts, animals will differ, and in southern parts, animal will differ. So natural vegetation, about wildlife, and even soil formation, we will see in this biogeography. Next, environmental geography, how environment is affecting geography and how geography is affecting environment, we will see in this environmental geography. And this environmental geography is mostly about current affairs and how humans are affecting environment, and how that that what we will say, if we are affecting physical features, and that affect how it is affected on environment, we will see in this session. When you see geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, see here you see currents, ocean currents, and in this ocean currents are related to physical features like desert. For example, this is a place. If there are cold ocean currents, beside cold ocean currents, you will see deserts. In most of the areas, you will be having deserts because you don't have precipitation in that. They are dry winds. Like that, we have to link climatology plus oceanography and even temperature, heat budget. When you see this heat budget is related to environmental geography. How this heat absorption, how this radiation absorption, and how solar radiation is affected, how solar rays are absorbed, all these things, and how it affects our environment and how it affects our human, all this we have to learn. Means we have to interlink all the sections in this physical geography. Then only you will be having conceptual clarity. After having conceptual clarity, you feel geography like it's very easy subject. You feel like that. नहीं तो अगर कॉन्सेप्ट अच्छा नहीं तो यू फील लाइक अब्बा ये क्लाइमेट क्या है, ये जेट स्ट्रीम्स क्या है, ये इधर से उधर क्यों आ रहे, उधर से उधर क्यों जा रहे, ऐसा पूरा ऐसे सोचते लाइक हाउ वाइट रेड विंड्स आर गोइंग देयर, हाउ वाइट रेड विंड्स आर कमिंग हियर. They will get confused between all these things. Why heat budget? If you have that concepts clearly in your mind, then you can easily identify deserts, you can easily identify mountains, you can easily identify that bordering countries also. So you have to prepare geography like that. Next, Indian geography. In Indian geography, you will see physiography. Next, ड्रेनेज सिस्टम, मतलब वो ड्रेनेज नहीं, रिवर सिस्टम. नेक्स्ट, क्लाइमेट. Next, soils. Next, natural vegetation. See, most of the aspirants do mistake here because they feel Indian geography is very important. When you see most of the prelim questions, you will see questions on Indian geography. But now trend is changing, so they'll start with Indian geography. Then they will move on to physical geography. That that will be the major mistake. First, you have to start with physical geography. Why? Because physical geography is very important, because if you know how landform is formed, how earthquake is formed, how volcan, if you learn about all volcanism and volcanic eruptions, you can easily you can easily do mapping, and you can easily find the physical features in India. First, when you see the physiography in India, if you know the geomorphology, climatology, and all those things, physical geography, all basic concepts, if you are clear with that physical geography, you can easily do questions in physiography. Yes or no? And you can do questions in drainage system about rivers. If you know how Himalayas are formed, then you can easily learn about Himalayan rivers. If you know how old peninsular plateau, if you learn about peninsular plateau and how that peninsular plateau moved, that plate tectonic theorem, then you can relate to the drainage system. Then you can relate to how old rivers are flowing and how new rivers are flowing. like like that you can relate. Next, climate. When you see the climate, all monsoon, all rainfall, you can learn all about Indian precipitation. If you are clear with world climatology, because if you are not clear with world climatology, so Somalian jet streams, you will have that effect on Indian climatology. If you don't know about Somalian trade winds, if you don't know about jet streams, if you don't know about ITCZ, how you will learn about monsoon? Yes. So you have to be very clear with climatology, world climatology, isotherms, and each and every month how climate is changing, how temperature is changing, how trade winds move, like where are the high pressure belts, where are the low pressure belts, then you can easily understand climate. Next, soils. When you see soils, if you know all the soils like alluvial soil, about red soil, you can easily connect with economic geography like agriculture. Yes, if you know where are the alluvial soil, you know in that alluvial soil what are the crops grown, then you can easily learn about agriculture. Example, paddy. Yes, paddy is grown in alluvial soil. Mostly, like paddy requires more water. Like you cannot grow paddy in desert areas or semi-arid regions like that. So if you know the physical features and climate and even soil, it will be useful for economic geography. Next, settlements. Even in settlements also, if you know the physical features, see, no one goes and live on the top of the Himalayas, right? If you know where are the Himalayas and how they are formed, and you know in which states they are, you can know population density also. Why population density is low in north, like in Himalayan states? Why? Because it is a mountainous region. Yes, and you can also learn about natural vegetation in that region. Like that, you can learn about human and economic geography relating to Indian geography. And this Indian geography is related to physical geography. So all these are interrelated. We have to start with physical geography. Now, when you see a human and economic geography, you in this we will learn about demography, census, settlement, energy, mineral resources, trade, transport, etc. See, when you see the trend in recent years, you can see most of the questions are on energy, minerals, and on agriculture. Mineral resources. If you know the soils, what are soils are present, and from that soils where are rocks are found. First, if you know the rock system, then you can relate to soils, and after learning about soils, you can relate to minerals. Yes or no? And after knowing the oceanography, you can know about tidal energy, you can know about geothermal energy, hot springs. Like that, we have to interlink all these things, and I will explain clearly topic wise by relating all these things in my classes. Now, when you take about transport, you know sea transport? Yes or no? If you know the ocean, about ocean, where where are low tides, high tides, all these things, then you can easily learn transport. Where is natural harbor, where it is not a natural harbor, all these things you can learn. Next, when you see mapping, nowadays mapping questions are increasing. First, how you have to approach mapping? First, learning physical geography, and through physical geography, first we have to learn the physical areas like deserts, oceans, major seas, like what all the countries surrounding bordering Caspian Sea. Like in mnemonics also you can learn like Tariq for Caspian Sea, like Tariq, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, like that you can remember. Or what all the mnemonics I know, I will make sure that you can learn in that mnemonics, you can learn in that way. First, we have to go through the current affairs. What are the regions are there in news? First, we have to map. Map practicing is very important. It's not like that you have opened the book and you have see the area. Next, khatam. Aisa nahi hota. First, you have to open the atlas. First, you have to see the current affair regions and where it is present and what are the. See, एग्जाम्पल अगर ब्लैक सी है, ब्लैक सी के पास डेजर्ट है, ब्लैक सी के पास कौन सा बॉर्डर कंट्रीज है, वो सब कुछ कैसा आप एटलस आपके पास रखिए और एक मैप पॉइंटिंग बुक ले लिए. वर्ल्ड, इंडिया, you have to give daily 15 minutes to mapping, then daily till your prelims, then you can easily solve all the mapping questions asked in prelims. Because revision is the key, practice is the key for mapping. ऐसा देखे तो ओके, these are the tea producing states, these are the paddy producing states, ऐसा नहीं होता. Because you cannot remember all those countries or all those states what you have learned in this mapping session. First you have to practice a lot. See how I'll make sure you will practice. First, I'll teach about physical geography first, daily one topic, like in a micro theme based. Next, after that, daily 10 minutes mapping, like current events plus previous year questions. What are the areas you have seen in previous year questions? First, you have to practice that question, that areas. Next, current regions. Next, physical features. Like that, you have to do mapping. Then only you can solve all the questions. Now, when you see physical geography, when you see oceanography, rotation and revolution, you have to thorough with rotation and revolution also. We have learned in 6th, 7th classes. Everybody think that okay, we know अच्छा वो rotation revolution तो मैंने 6th class में पढ़ा है. No, ऐसा नहीं होता. We have to start with basics. After starting with basics, if you have the clarity about latitudes, longitudes, rotation, revolution, and how, see, UPSC don't ask about rotation, what is rotation and what is revolution, like what we have learned in 6th and 7th standard. It will ask how that rotation and revolution affects ocean currents, ocean tides, all those things it will ask. When you see past previous year questions, you know the latitudes, you know the longitudes, you know all the rotation and revolution. Twice it has asked about June 21st. Yes or no? So if you have to learn about the June 21st, winter solstice and summer solstice, you have to be very clear with rotation and revolution. First, from basics, we have to learn everything, and from basics, you see climatology, next oceanography. If you are thorough with basics, next you can relate that basics with ocean currents, ocean waves, how that tides on new moon day, full moon day, how those are affecting oceanography. Yes or no? And that even this ocean currents, how though these ocean currents are affecting fisheries, fishing economy, fishing sector. Yes, when that cold current and the warm current mixes, that point, if example, this is a cold current, this is a warm current, here one mixing point, here you will see most of the fishes, most of the fishing economy is seen here. If you know the currents, if you know the area, you can easily identify that area, you can easily identify that, means this is related to economy also. Yes, and you can learn about El Nino, La Nina. El Nino, how it affects environment, how it affects climate, how it affects all the resources, how it affects the vegetation also you can learn. And you can learn about ITCZ. Means what I'm trying to say is, if you are thorough with physical geography, you can proceed with Indian geography, you can proceed with human and economic geography. Means all are interrelated. We have to see the geography like this, and we have to start preparing geography like this. If you start preparing geography like this, you can easily answer all the questions in the prelims, and you can easily, means it is not like मतलब रट्टा मार लिया, all the places we have रट्टा मार लिया, ठीक है इधर से ये जेट स्ट्रीम आया, उधर से वो आया, लेकिन why it came, how it came, why it is important, that you have to learn. Because UPSC never asks about what, it asks about why and how. Yes or no? When you see the statements, it is asking this statement and that statement is correct. If you know that conceptual clarity, if you know that clarity, then only you can solve that statements. Then only you can start, yes, this statement is correct, because I know you, if you are having that clarity. Like that, you have to prepare geography. And for example, if you see one previous year question, we will see 2024. Consider the following statement about turmeric during the year 2022 to 23. India is the largest producer and exporter of turmeric in the world. More than 30 varieties of turmeric are grown in India. Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu are major turmeric producing states in India. Which of statements given above are correct? See, if you know surely about agriculture, then only you can solve this question. See, agriculture is there, geography is there, economy is there. So we have to interlink all the questions, all the subjects in prelims. See, UPSC is also thinking like that. If you can interrelate all the questions, they never ask about, like when you see in personality test also, they never ask about only geography. What UPSC is means वो क्या मांग रहे, मतलब UPSC is like thinking how aspirant is thinking, how they are interlinking the subjects, they are seeing that interlinking is very important. So I am going to teach like that in micro themes. What are the important themes? Like first I will give importance to previous year questions, and from that previous year questions I will take themes, and in that themes I will teach all the micro themes. And after teaching all physical geography, like if you are having cluster clear about that concept, then I'll go to Indian geography. But first, when I'll start teaching, first I'll start with physical geography. First, after completing 2-3 physical geography questions, I will do even mapping also. Mapping is very important. Like daily you have to practice. Not only mapping, when you see UPSC prelims, if you are preparing, अब्बा ये attempt तो निकालना है. Daily you have to solve 10 MCQs. First you have to solve previous year questions, then you have to solve normal MCQs. That solving nature will give you boost, will give you confidence when you are sitting in the hall. That is very important. So constantly you have to see the MCQ, syllabus and the classes, MCQ, syllabus and your classes and notes. Then it will be a cycle, and then it will be very helpful, and it will store in your memory, in your subconscious mind. Then you can easily solve the all the questions in the prelims, most of the questions, not all, most of the questions. Like this, if you prepare all the subjects, it will be very useful. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start with geography themes with previous year questions, and from that themes, I am going to teach all the physical geography first, micro themes, then we will move on to Indian geography. Thank you.